Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this weekend we had Britain's Strongest Man, and what a competition it was. I just knew it was going to be tough. And we can see that from the way the guys got on with it. We had 3 guys pulling out. We had 5 guys getting injured. But thankfully, there's no serious injuries. And when I say serious, I mean there's no guys that need surgery. So that is good. Shout out to Luke Stoltman for winning it. What a great win. The man is 40 years of age and he did a clean sweep. Just showed up, did the business, put all the personal shit aside and just did the work. Walked away the champion. Easy win. It was an easy win. And the funny thing about it is he only won one event. So Mr. Consistent there across the board. Fair play to him. So let's go down through some of the events. First of all, I'd like to say, right, the live stream was absolutely dog shit. It was dog shit for everyone though. I had to keep refreshing it. I think I had to refresh it like every 2 or 3 minutes, and then we only got to see half of the stones. But Giants Live have taken this on board and are going to sort this out before the next show, hopefully. I just think they should just do it like Rogan, put it on YouTube, because I think trying to work it off of a website is where it's gone wrong. And let's be honest, it's not the first time it's happened. So I think they should just start YouTubing that shit and stop giving us shit shows, because we missed out on fucking great climax to the show. Seeing the lads going, the best groups, fighting it on the stones. But anyway, I know there's a lot of people that got refunds. But I don't want the refund. I'd rather give it to them. This is one of the poorest sports in the world, and when you give that €8, in fairness to Giants Live, they throw it back into the sport. They try and make it better for the next time. So, like, don't be looking for a refund. It's €8 a month. Jesus Christ, do you need the €8 that bad? Plus, look at all the other shit you're going to get for that €8. Now, we had the first event. I knew this was going to be a cunt of event. We had the sandbag steeple. I think this is too much, to be honest. It's like they're trying to find new ways to kill athletes. And another thing is, this show was completed 5 events in, I think it was under 2.5 hours. I think we should have the limit, have it make it 3 hours. If you're going to do 5 events, 3 hours, the crowd can't be in that much of a hurry, because, like, Luke got away handy, but I just feel like 2.5 hours is not long enough for the athletes. It's fucking hard enough as it is, besides trying to make him smaller and smaller and smaller, do you know? So that's just what I think there. So the first event was the sandbag steeplechase. It was 3 150 bags. It was 15 meters. Shout out to Paddy as well. An underdog for the competition. Fucking smashed this. Walked away. Wasn't even out of breath. The old dog Luke Stoltman in second, and Ben Glasscock, another new name to the scene, and what a fucking performance he had. So shout out to the new guys here. For me, really did well this weekend. We had Paddy, Ben, and we had Andrew Flynn. Did amazing this weekend. And like, when you're walking out onto Britain's Strongest Man for the first time, which I think Andrew has done it before, Paddy has, but Ben Glasscock hasn't done a big show like this before, and he just smashed it. He did amazing, particularly on for me, that steeplechase, and on the log press. Ben Glasscock was amazing. Fair play to him. So we did 3 guys. At that point then, Luke Richardson unfortunately pulled out. Luke has been feeling a bit fucking shit for the past 4, 5, 6 weeks, and was hoping just to fluff it on the day. Obviously didn't happen. He blacked out on the 6th bag as he picked it up and went backstage, passed out again, and had to be brought away and try and fix the cunt. But I was speaking to him today and he's doing good, thank God. Andy Black also pulled out the fanny. I'm not sure what happened to him. Did he tear or hurt his hamstring? I don't think it's seriously injured. But yeah, that is one tough event, and I'm glad I didn't have to do that event. We had something similar, World's Strongest Man, 3 implements, a hurdle in the middle. It's just horrible. It's so hard. Fuck that shit. Next we had a deadlift ladder, Adam Bishop came out here as usual, just did the work, didn't even look out of breath. The 380 went up as easy as 300. I'm not sure how the man does it, but he just made it look so easy. Second place, as I said to Shane before the show, dig deep, you're well capable of this, and he smashed it, went through it. And a Paddy again with another class performance in third place. I think Paddy could be a real contender for Britain's Strongest Man and even World's Strongest Man, getting to the top 10 if he straightens out that overhead press. I think he just needs to bite the bullet and start jerking. Start jerking off, Paddy, because everywhere else you're amazing. Stones, deadlift, carries, everything, are fucking class. Anyway, moving on, the duck walk into Farmers was the next event. It was a 200 kilo duck into 160 farmers. They had it down as 150. They were actually 160 farmers. Andrew Flynn pissed it. Went through it so easy. Luke there again with another second place. Luke Stoltman. And Adam Bishop with a third place. At this point, Adam Bishop was backstage. Just wasn't doing too well. Mentally, these shows can be so draining. I saw a couple of people saying, the boy is pulling out and just judging them. You don't, unless you were there yourself, do not judge people like that, because it's so tough at that level. You've 2.5 hours, you've 5 heavy events, you're in front of nearly 10,000 people, you're in front of thousands more online. These things can affect you mentally sometimes, more often than not. Not only have you to be strong as fuck out there, but you need to be charismatic, you need to be all these other things, and it can just bear a lot mentally sometimes. You know, it's not about just going out there lifting, it's about being the character, playing to the crowd. You have to go on a microphone. You have all these things to think of before you have a VVIP to do beforehand. You have meet and greet to do afterhand. These are all things you have to do before you ever lift a weight. So don't judge people unless you've been there yourself. And when I saw him pulling out, I was like, yeah, I understand that pressure. I understand it. Moving on. So next we had the log. Luke obviously smashed this. 5 reps, stopped, didn't need to do any more. Probably said he could do 10, probably could have done 10. Luke and Tom are just some of the best pressers in the world right now. Then we had Andrew Flynn and Ben Glasscock with 4 reps each. That's some pressing here. That's amazing pressing. When you think about it, like Ben Glasscock and Andrew Flynn beat Sean Gillen, who was a log press of 205 kilograms, I think. Sean only getting 3 reps there. Then we had the Stones. The Stones, obviously, we only got to see as far as Sean and Matt Dimmond. And then the live stream went away from us, and we had to wait for the results to come out. I think we all knew Luke was just going to win it at that point. He was 6.5 points, I think, in the lead at that stage. And it just shows you about being consistent. And if you don't win an event, it's not the end of the world. Just about digging deep and just staying on your plan, you know, and smashed it. Fair play to him. That was a tough competition. Here's something you wouldn't think about really when you're thinking about how hard this competition is, right? You had 5 events there. You had sandbag steeplechase, which is a hard event in itself, and it's a hard one to train for. You had deadlift ladder, which is a hard event. It's hard to train for. You had duck walk at the Farmers, which is another taxing hard event. You had the log for 160 for reps, another hard taxing event. And you had stones, which is a taxing hard event. Normally with these competitions, you get little fluffers in between, like a Hercules hold or a front hold, or you know, stuff like that, which don't really tax you as much. And you kind of get a break in between the competition with these kind of fluffer events. There was no fluffer event here. Every one of these events was super tough. So fair play to the lads that made it to the end. Shout out to Gavin as well. As speaking to Gavin, Gavin didn't put a foot out of place, performed well, but just didn't end up on the podium, unfortunately for him. And of course the final standings then was Luke Stoltman in first place with 52 points. We had Shane Flowers with 46.5 and Andrew Flynn in third place. Fair play to Andrew. Paddy Haynes just missing out on that podium down to his weak pressing event. But I think if he nails this, I think like even if you were halfway on the log, if you were mid-pack on that log press, that would have brought you to second place, right in behind Luke Stoltman. So I just think Paddy just has some work to do and some decisions to make on how he trains. You see Mitchell Hooper, as strong as a presser as he is, even he switches to jerking sometimes. So I think Paddy just needs to spend some time with an Olympic weightlifting coach. Don't get a coach that thinks he knows how to do it. Go to an Olympic coach that'll give you some help, genuine fucking help, and I think you could really smash this next year. Anyway, guys, that is what I think of it. Fair play to Luke. The live stream is shit, and the underdogs for me were Ben Glasscock, Paddy Haynes, and Andrew Flynn. Fair play to you, lads. Peace out. I will see you very soon. Let me know what you think of it. If you thought the live stream is shit, I don't want to hear that because I've seen enough comments about that. Okay? Thank you.